Hey friends, good morning. It is day 22 post PAO surgery and a little bit over a month post labral reconstruction, teres reconstruction, capsular tightening, and osteoplasty on the femur head. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm a lot more mobile now than I was at the beginning, although I'm still using crutches or my walker. And then when I leave the house, I have to use my wheelchair for safety, because if I fall, it's over. So things are going really well. The only thing is I'm having a lot of spasms, and that's kind of a pain. I was on some really strong antispasmodics while I was in the hospital, and then for a couple weeks after, but now that I'm out of those, we're trying to figure out my medications through pain management. So it's a process. So my sleep has been a little bit bad lately just because of that. Other than that, icing is still very helpful. And I'm doing my PT every day, making sure I get, I have to lay on my stomach for 2 hours a day. So we call it tummy time, like you do with babies. And then I don't have to do it all at once. It's like in 15-minute increments. And then just doing my regular PT exercises and trying to strengthen my leg, although it has atrophied. It is way skinnier than my other leg now. But I know once my incisions are all healed up and I can get back in the pool and start water walking, it's going to be miraculous. So I can't wait for that. I think they're going to clear me for a little bit more weight bearing at 6 weeks. So I've got a couple more weeks to go, 3 more weeks to go. And then eventually I'll be weaned off the crutches onto one crutch, and then off that crutch to no crutches. And then, just a wait period between getting this leg strong and doing the other side. So still a process. I'm hoping to get at least a few months in between when this leg is strong and when the other leg needs surgery without too much pain, where I can just enjoy some time with my kids. I hate being stuck in the house. It's driving me nuts. I did get to go to Washington Park downtown in Denver a couple of days ago after my PT appointment, and that was really nice, but it wore me out. Everything wears me out. I have like no endurance anymore. It's crazy how fast that goes away when you get kind of bedridden for a little bit. So, new developments are sitting in a chair is actually pretty comfortable for the first time in my life. So that's a little bit weird. And mentally, I do really fine for like the first half of my day. And then some point in the afternoon, I just kind of hit this slump where I'm like depressed, and I don't know why. Like, I guess I've been stuck inside all day, but the afternoon just starts to get to me. So I don't know if it's because I feel like I'm wasting my day stuck in bed, or I'm just not being very patient with myself. So I started a new project. I'm crocheting a blanket, and that's been keeping me occupied, although I got kind of bored the other day and decided to start knitting a sock for Ayla. So I'm knitting Ayla some socks. I did start to knit a different sock, and I got all the way to the toe, and then I messed up the toe. And so I haven't frogged it yet. It's just sitting in my closet waiting for me to take it apart. If you guys aren't into knitting or crochet, you're not going to have any idea what that means, but my yarny peeps know what I'm talking about. So just thought I'd give you guys an update, tell you I'm doing really good. I'm feeling really good. I'm learning to take it one day at a time, one moment at a time. Things that I'm finding that really help when I get into that slump is like music. Oh my God, music is everything right now. I am just living for it. So every day I take a little bit of time, I put on my headphones and just blast some really, spirit feeding music, just like soul food. And that helps a lot. What's on my playlist? So Lubelin is on my playlist big time. Also Mandy Harvey, and Nightbird, God rest her soul. And there are just so many indie artists out there that I'm discovering every single day, and that's exciting. So if you know of any, send them my way. I'm always down for music suggestions. I did take a nap yesterday afternoon for like 3 hours, which is not like me. I feel a lot better today. I think it's because I ran out of my bone vitamins that are like for building bone. And so I think that was like the first day that my body actually had to produce its own of all of that, and that was awful. So I've got my bone vitamins back. I feel much better. I didn't realize how much of a difference they were making until I stopped taking them. Same with the muscle relaxers. So yeah, overall doing really good. Just feeling pretty isolated, somewhat lonely, and then also kind of annoyed when people message me, because it's like I don't hear from anybody. And then when I post something about being lonely, everybody messages me at once, and then it's overwhelming. And then my inclination as an autistic person with easily sensory overloaded and like peopled out and as an introvert, I'm just like, ew, never mind. So if you've reached out to me and I haven't messaged you back, I apologize. I love you. It's just too many people. Like, I mean, there are very few people that actually reach out to me on a regular basis. And those of you that do, I really love and appreciate you. But if you don't reach out to me on a regular basis and then you see me post something and you decide that that's the time, that's not the time. That's not the time. Reach out to me like the Tuesday after that. Don't reach out to me the same day, because I'm going to be annoyed that the only time I hear from you is when I post some desperate plea for affection on Facebook. And like, that makes me feel pathetic. I don't want that kind of love. So, you know, not saying that your love isn't valuable to me. It's just bring it at a time when I'm not asking for it so that it doesn't feel like an obligation, I guess. I'm like a cat. I'm very finicky about the people that I let pet me. So I apologize if I've hurt anybody's feelings by not responding. Mom, especially, I just can't right now. I love you. I can't do it right now. I'm going through a really hard time. And there's just certain people that I just can't. And that doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means that I can't. So take it how you will. This is an intensely personal, intensely spiritual, and intensely emotional journey that I'm on, and it's going to be a long one. And so I have to kind of just bolster my strength and hope that the right people show up. And so far, the right people have been showing up. Oh my God, I love you guys that send me food. You guys are lifesavers. Brian has been so grateful that he hasn't had to cook every single night since this happened. I mean, there's been some nights that he's had to cook, but for the most part, you guys have kept us fed, which is awesome. I still don't know who sent that giant box of Factor food. So if that was you, thank you a million times. Thank you. That was amazing. It fed us for a whole week. So thank you so much for that, whoever that was. And there's a few people who've asked me not to say their names when I say thank you. So I'll just say thank you to everybody who has fed my family over the past couple weeks. You guys are awesome. You are just keeping me in good spirits. And to my friend Brandy, who came and visited me at the hospital and brought me flowers. The flowers are starting to die, but I just want to say I love you, sweetheart. You have been just the biggest support this whole time. I'm so grateful for you in my life. I know that we've been through a lot together, like over the decades, and I can't thank you enough. Like, you have really just kept me going, and I don't think that I've said that enough. So I'm saying it publicly. Brandy, I love you and you're amazing. As well as like all of my friends are amazing, but Brandy especially has really stepped up and just like been a pole for me to lean on lately. So thank you so much for that. And I'm not trying to diss anybody who hasn't reached out. If you haven't reached out because you got kids, you got like your own personal stuff going on, I'm not mad about it. I understand. My issue is when I never hear from somebody, and then when I'm having a bad day and I post something, all of a sudden you're very concerned. And I mean, I've expressed this before. I don't need you to show up only when I'm in a crisis. I need friends that show up on a regular basis. I show up on a regular basis. I do my best to be there for all of my friends. And, if I'm failing, let me know. Right now, of course, I'm not going to be there for you as much as I normally would be, but thank you guys, because the ones that understand are really what's getting me through. So I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm going to go, but I just wanted to tell you guys that I love you so much. You're all such precious, beautiful, beloved beings in my world, and I'm so glad that you exist. So be nice to yourselves and each other. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.